Last time that I checked, there was 5 chains on my neck. There was no smut on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling souls in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, on the streets, voice out west. Legendary, still made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, the respect, and the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked.
Yo, it's your boy Infamous Reacts. We back with another video on some more hip-hop shit. Today I got an interesting, I wouldn't even say story, just an interesting fact that has left me befuddled all week long. Follow me. Okay, so we all know that The Game and YG had a versus last week or whatever. And many say that the verses, it wasn't really a verse, it was more of a celebration of the West Coast, because you can tell that beginning after the first couple records, The Game was not really trying to go toe-to-toe with this nigga. It became more of a celebration. So, Game potentially, he lost, but he potentially became a fan of YG while doing the verses, and we saw that in real time. And it was just like, damn, like a lot of those records that we loved The Game for from back in the day, that when they first came out over some of the hardest production along with G Unit Help, we knew that those records are classic. Game has a lot of classic records. Don't let me don't get it confused. Game has a lot of classic records. A lot of those records when we was probably in our early 20s, like those records came out and they meant something. There was a statement. And I understand what it was. When YG came out with the Tooted and Booted, when he first came on the scene, he had a co-sign from 50 Cent as well. But it didn't connect with me that much from the West. I didn't think of it like that because I thought it was Game as being like the West Coast sound. After, of course, you know, the whole areas of the West. You got your Pops, your Matt Dre's, your Mustards, you got DJ, you got Quick, you got a lot of people. You Snoop, like everybody. So his style of West Coast music was different because it actually sounded like it was some New York based rhymes in there. The rhyme schemes, rhyme patterns. You could tell he has a New York influence. Okay. But that's not what I'm about to talk about. Okay. When a lot of y'all probably watch Versus and realize that it started late, right? The problem with it starting late was YG was dealing with some police issues. And we found out that some of those issues come from the police trying to link him to a murder of Drakeo. Right? Got you. This is my thing on that. There was a witness that came forward and says, I will place YG at the scene of the murder, which we know he was there, same venue. He places YG at the scene of the crime, but he places YG at the scene of the crime and says, I saw YG with a knife as well as the other guys with a knife, right? Follow me. He said YG was wielding a knife, throwing a knife around, making threats, yada, yada, yada. The police say, well, how do you know it was YG? Because we have footage of YG in the club, but when that happened, YG was in a shiesty. He had on a scully. He's shiesty. You couldn't have seen YG. And he said, I know it was YG that stabbed him because I looked through the shiesty and I saw Hazel eyes. This is where I lost my mind. Brother, first off, don't ever repeat that again. Don't ever say that to anybody. You are telling the police that you know YG stabbed your homie with a shiesty on because you saw Hazel eyes? So you telling me, where have you been? What have you been thinking about? What have you been doing? To the fact that you know YG by Hazel eyes? So you saw Hazel eyes through a shiesty and said, oh, that gotta be YG. That's the only thing I know with Hazel eyes. You been looking in that man's eyes? Brother, don't you ever tell nobody no shit like that. I can't believe you came forward with that information. Everybody been looking for the killer. But you know him because he had hazel eyes and a shiesty. Bro, I'm done with hip hop.